The Ultimate Universe lives on. Tynion takes on Odin. Another classic hero makes a return, and Green Arrow gets the absolute treatment. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about only good comics. I'm Brant, and this is Friday First. This is that series where we talk about those brand new #1 issues, new character debuts, new story arcs, and the like. And this is for books that are releasing on May 20th, 2026. And I apologize before we get into it. My voice is a little bit off. I've been under the weather all week, virus going around. So I'm a little bit deeper, a little bit more raspy than I typically am. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. But anyway, yeah, so we've got a top 10 this week, one honorable mention. So we're not going to, spend any more time on the preamble here. We're going to jump right into it before I lose my voice completely. So let's jump into that one honorable mention. All right, the honorable mention this week is Fantastic Four issue number 11. Obviously, not a new first issue, but it is the start of a new story arc after we just got through with the Invincible Woman arc where they fought another version of Sue Storm. And this is debuting the new version of the Future Foundation. Got a classic kind of homage throwback cover there on the screen. And then we also have a bonus backup story by Stan Sakai from Usagi Yojimbo fame. So definitely wanted to shout this one out as an honorable mention. And if you haven't been reading the Fantastic Four series, it has been really good, really solid, and really consistent for the first 10 issues. So I'm looking forward to this one as well. But with that, let's jump into this week's top 10. Coming in at number 10 from Alien Books is Zorro, issue number 1, another throwback character making his return to the comics. The first Zorro comic I read was I think in the 90s, and it was a mini series I think published from Marvel actually. And I had watched a lot of Zorro in syndication, probably on Nick at Night or something like that, back in the day. Um, for anybody that doesn't know, Nick at Night was Nickelodeon after like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or something. It was late night, and they would rerun old shows, a lot of black and white stuff, like Donna Reed and things like that, Andy Griffith, things of that nature back in the day. And Zorro was one of those things, and I watched Zorro and other shows. Uh, so that's how I got to know Zorro. Then, of course, they've made several movies since then. But yeah, Zorro is one of those characters that's, it's you can see hints of different, you know, modern day superheroes from the stuff that they did back in the day with like pulp characters like Zorro. So, but this one is written by Howard Chaykin with art by Jorge Fornes. So, um, you know, stellar creative team on this one. Alien Books, I believe, is the publisher that now publishes Valiant's books, if I'm not mistaken by that. So they have their own separate line of books as well, which obviously this is one of the licenses that they have. So if you've ever been a fan of Zorro, you might want to check this one out. Like I said, I used to be a big fan of Zorro. Don't know if I'm going to get this one or not, but I definitely wanted to put it on the list because of the history I have with the character. So that's why Zorro comes in at number 10. Coming in at number 9 from AMP Comics is Kill Switch. This is written by Don Hanfield and Sophia Banks with art by Gabrielle Ibarra. And it takes place in 2067 in LA, where consciousness is currency, it says here. So this is a corporate kind of, I don't know if it's espionage or if it's just like corporations versus the people kind of thing. There's this thief named Atlas who robs corporations, apparently jumps off the skyscraper to avoid the authorities, but he doesn't die. He wakes up in the body of a cop, a comatose cop named Kate Sloan, where it's kind of a sci-fi thriller. It seems like you got neural links that can hijack the living, and he's got to work with his handler to steal these crypto codes from this corporation, I assume, or these execs. So really interesting kind of high-tech sci-fi concept from AMP Comics here. Sounds like another movie in the making, a kind of a movie pitch here. So that's kind of cool. It sounds like a cool concept, though. That would be an interesting thing to watch. So hopefully it'll be an interesting thing to read if you can get your hands on a copy of Kill Switch, which comes in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 from IDW is Seven Wives, issue number 1. This is written by Zoe Tunnell with art by V. Gagnon. And this is from their crime imprint. And so it is obviously a crime story. You got two police detectives that are dispatched to investigate this death in this fundamentalist church of the Latter-day Saints in Arizona. So this, I guess the patriarch of this family, the Dunn family, has been stabbed to death on the pulpit in the church. And yeah, so they've got to, you know, inspect the crime, figure out who's done this. And now they've got to investigate each of this guy's 7 wives and quickly encounter brick walls of memorized scripture and all kinds of stuff, where it seems to become more of like a cult kind of environment here. It sounds like something straight out of like True Detective or something like that. So it sounds kind of interesting as well. It says 49 witnesses, 7 wives, 1 dead husband. That's your tagline to jump you into this thing. This is a 48-page book for $4.99, which is a hefty book for the price tag. So that's not bad either. Again, another interesting concept, and that's why this one comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7 is Ultimate Impact Reborn, issue number 1. This is from Marvel. The Ultimate Universe's legacy lives on. We know the Ultimate Universe is going to be no more, but Miles Morales has made it back from the Ultimate Universe with the origin boxes in tow, which is leading to all kinds of storylines in the future. And this is the catalyst for creation of brand new superheroes that we're going to see. But, you know, he's got to kind of protect this. This is written by Chris Condon, who did Ultimate Wolverine, which was fantastic, with art by Stefano Caselli, who did Ultimate Black Panther. So really great creative team here. I didn't love the last Miles Ultimate Universe kind of jaunt, but hopefully this will take us in a better direction. Now we're back in the 616. We're going to see what the fallout is from all of this. I'm curious about it at the very least, and that's why Ultimate Impact Reborn comes in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is Of the Earth from Image Comics. This is also written by Chris Condon, with art by Walking Dead artist Charlie Adler. So you know this is fantastic illustrations here. Also, it's co-written by Andrew Eric. Not sure how to pronounce that, but so co-written by Chris Condon and Andrew Eric, I think it is. But anyway, this is a they describe it here as a neo-noir tinged eco-horror miniseries that is Blood Simple meets John Carpenter's The Thing. And I'll just read the description because it's very short. Tabitha Tabby Black flees a sordid life for her quiet hometown of Solitude, Texas, and the comfort of her grandma's home where she was raised. Only home isn't what it once was, and neither is grandma. So very vague, very mysterious. But again, you got Charlie Adler art. You've got the writer that did Ultimate Wolverine, which I thought was fantastic until the last couple of issues. So yeah, I'm very curious and very optimistic about this one. I definitely want to check out the first issue. 40 pages for $4.99. Excuse me. Voice is already starting to go, so we're just going to roll on. But that's why Of the Earth comes in at number 6. Coming in at number 5 as we enter the top 5, also from Image Comics, is Odin, issue number 1. This is written by James Tynion IV and Marguerite Bennett, both phenomenal creators. Art by Letizia Condonisi, who did House of Slaughter. So if you're familiar with that book, definitely great art there. And colors by Jordi Belair. So top-notch creative team on this one as well. And this one is a horror story, but it's digging into mythology, you know, obviously Odin, so Norse mythology and gods and things like that. We've got they're going undercover with neo-Nazi punks in the frozen forest of Norway. They're trying to summon Odin to achieve their destiny, and I guess they're trying to prevent this. And it says no gods are coming to answer their prayers for help. So it calls it a hallucinogenic horror story that leaves absolutely no taboo unbroken. So once again, just kind of breaking barriers here and just kind of telling an interesting story. So I'm curious about this one. Definitely going to try the first issue out. 40 pages for $4.99. Again, great value here. and that's why Odin comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, also from Image Comics from Skybound, is G.I. Joe issue number 22. Obviously not the first issue, but it is the first appearance of Crystal Ball in the Energon universe, and it's a brand new story arc as we just got through with the Dreadnought War. Now we're going to the hunt for Energon, and they're racing across the globe to find it, and Crystal Ball has horrifying plans for them all, so I'm excited for the debut of Crystal Ball and to see how that all plays into it. I'm going to assume that Energon has something to do with his abilities, much like we learned about Zartan, so I think that could be interesting. Obviously, I love Joshua Williamson's writing. I love this book, and Andrea Milana is doing the art on this issue, so definitely looking forward to this. Had to include it. Couldn't take it higher, though, because it's not a first issue, but that's why G.I. Joe number 22 comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 from Mad Cave Studios is Babylon Cove, issue number 1. This one is written by Rafer Roberts with art by Joe Eisma. If you are not familiar with Joe Eisma, he did Morning Glories from Image years ago. I really love that. That's the art that kind of caught my attention. And this is about a character named Heather, who is a career girl, no nonsense, and she goes back to her New England hometown for the first time in a decade to attend a funeral for a family member, Dennis, who was this dreamboat and who broke her heart in high school, passed away, I guess. I don't know. Charlie, the late blooming shy boy who Heather never gave the time of day, and Carthon, the ancient demon, with plans to feast on the flesh of everyone in town. So interesting. Okay, maybe Dennis wasn't the one that died. It was a family funeral, so obviously he wasn't family, but she's going to reconnect with these two men that were in her life as a teenager, and also an ancient demon. So that throws a wrench in everything. It says, if you ever wonder what would happen if Stephen King were allowed to write one of those Hallmark holiday movies, welcome to Babylon Cove. So that sells it for me right there. That's kind of interesting. I'm definitely going to check this one out. And that's why Babylon Cove comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, also from Image Comics, Ghost Machine this time, is the Rockefellers issue number 0. I love this series. It's like their version of the Fantastic Four, but thrown on its head. They're from the future. It's all kinds of things. And we're introducing these new characters in here called the Unbelievables. This is a bold new era for the Rockefeller family as they pick up the pieces after Roland's death disappearance and are now caretakers of their deadliest foe, which is Raina, which is the kid's aunt, Roland's sister. But they're not the only ones looking for Roland, as the $1 trillion kid makes his world debut and the family from the future recalls what it was like to begin their life in our present. So this is resetting everything, bringing us new characters and setting us out on a new journey. And I'm here for it. I cannot wait to read this one. And that's why the Rockefellers comes in at number 2. And if you haven't guessed it already, coming in at number 1 is Absolute Green Arrow, issue number 1. This is 40 pages, $4.99 from DC Comics, written by Pornsak Picasho. I apologize for mispronouncing that, with art by Raphael Albuquerque. Not familiar with the writer, definitely familiar with the artist, American Vampire, various other things. But this is the Absolute Universe take on Green Arrow. We've seen previews in recent books, but I'm really curious to see what's going on with this version of Green Arrow. It says a serial killer is slaughtering corrupt billionaires. So we're painting Green Arrow as a serial killer in this scenario. And we've got this executive protection specialist, Dinah Lance, aka Black Canary, is one of the people tasked to uncover the murderer's identity as she investigates her suspects. We're going to see familiar DC archers uniquely linked to a recently murdered Oliver Queen. So is Green Arrow Oliver Queen, or is it someone else in this universe? We know that from a previous book that Green Arrow was killed, or not Green Arrow, but Oliver Queen was killed. So I guess we'll see what happens. It says I Know What You Did Last Summer for Billionaires, and it reimagines the Emerald Archers mythos into a dangerous urban horror murder mystery. And all those words together are things that I absolutely love. So I cannot wait to read this. I cannot wait to see the absolute take on Green Arrow. This is by far the most anticipated first issue and one of the most anticipated books of the week, let's be honest. Just because of, the absolute universe is killing it. And I'm obviously Green Arrow is too in this book. So I'm here for it. I can't wait to see it. And that's why Absolute Green Arrow comes in at number 1. And there you have it. There's our top 10 for this week. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found some books that maybe you didn't know about. Let me know if I missed any of the number 1 issues that you're looking forward to most. Drop it in the comments below. And while you're there, hit that like button because it really does help the channel. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss any of the content coming up on this channel. Of course, you can follow me across social media at Only Good Comics or type in onlygoodcomics.com to take you right back to this YouTube channel where we talk about only good comics. Until next time, where hopefully I'll have a clearer voice, take care, keep reading those comics, and I'll see you soon.